awful lot of stories like this, joins us tonight. Geraldo, it's almost not even obvious where to begin, but let's just start with Campos. It's not clear to me whether he was shot or wounded by a ricochet. Not that it matters, but it's another example of the bad reporting that has clouded the facts of this case from the beginning. But the fact that we don't know where he is strikes me as very odd.
Well, I think that in the Campos situation, I would submit that it is probably a function of his employer, the Mandalay Bay Resort, that is keeping him out of contact with the outside world for fear of incurring civil liability. Right. If it can be shown that as a security guard or the security apparatus within the hotel generally failed to prevent this awful tragedy, and is there any liability on the hotel's part? And I think that timing will play a role in that. But the bigger picture
Wait, but let me just say, I would agree with you there, except for the union rep, who you'd think Campos would talk to as much as he would talk to his employer, has said, we're actively searching for the guy, and it is the union. Unions are strong in Las Vegas still, as you know. He says we have no idea where this guy is. It's a little strange.
Well, I think that what the tone of your voice implies is that you are skeptical of the official accounts of what happened that
I honestly don't know what to think.
Night.
I mean, I'm skeptical of everything, but I'm sincerely confused. I don't have a secret theory that I'm pushing.
But there are two things. There is the lack of an obvious motive. Why did this Stephen Pollock, a 64-year-old millionaire by all accounts, why did he suddenly become this evil killing machine? So there's no motive. I've heard, he was ISIS, he was Antifa, he was the Illuminati, he was a satanic blood cultist. So that the lack of motive plus the confused timeline allows us to ponder, and as talk radio and the conspiracy theorists get their hands on it, it becomes a lot like, in a sense, although the crimes are obviously so very different, it becomes like the Kennedy assassination in the sense that we have evidence that seemingly contradicts the official account. Therefore, we're skeptical. There are dark forces at work here, playing with the facts and the circumstances to make a political goal. This is a false flag operation to bring on gun control, et cetera, et cetera. I think, I just tell you what I think, I thank you for crediting me with my deep experience in these kinds of crimes. I think that because of the enormity of this act and the murders committed and the extraordinary circumstance of the 32nd floor of the hotel becoming the sniper's nest where they could rain down death and destruction on so many just average, normal, ordinary Americans, we run wild. We don't want it to be the banality of a simple, horrible, evil creature like Lee Harvey Oswald.
That's not true. Here's what we don't want. We don't want to believe that our authorities are incompetent. And I don't want to believe that. People come to this country precisely because they think our authorities are competent. And our justice system is on the level, and our law enforcement knows what it's doing.
I think
they're revealing themselves. Look, they left his house unguarded. This Campos guy, I'm not suggesting he did anything wrong. I am suggesting if you want to get the timeline right, you better talk to him. The authorities don't seem to know where he is. They revised the basic facts of the timeline like 3 times. Why should I have faith in their account?
Well, why doubt someone like Lombardo, the sheriff, who seems such a straight shooter to me? No one has ever dealt with a crime of this magnitude. This is the worst mass murder ever in American history, and it's suddenly thrust on the Las Vegas sheriff to lead the investigation. Now, he's got all the feds and the state guys, and everyone's behind him, and it's all coming to this fulcrum, this sheriff. So, I think he's just out of his depth in the sense that he's a sincere, honest person, but he just doesn't give me the vibe.
Well, look, I'm not saying he's a bad person, and I'm not saying he's lying. It's never even crossed my mind. I don't think he has some weird agenda. I just think he seems like he doesn't know what he's doing, and that rocks my faith. And by the way, it leaves space for the conspiracy people, because, like, if the official account is incredible, conspiracy theories fill the void. That's my view.
I think the official account is credible. I think there was great confusion. I think that with Jesus Campos particularly, no one knew exactly when he got wounded. They didn't have the transcripts of the radio communications. It's not clear at what point after he went on his walkie-talkie and said, call the cops, there's a shooter up here. How long did it take them to actually dial 911? How long did it take for the deputies? And because the carnage is so awful.
Right. No, I get it. It's bad,
so
but
bad. We want it to be the commies. We want it to be the aliens.
Well, we don't know what it is. Thanks to them. Anyway, thank you, Geraldo. Thanks for joining us.
It's Stephen Pollack.
You're right. Up next, new immigration numbers prove America is changing faster than you thought it was. We'll have those numbers for you after the break.